I'm Betty Fitzgerald, and I'm a Red Cross volunteer. Well, growing up, I heard about my aunt that was Red Cross during World War II, and it sounded so exciting. And right out of high school, my girlfriend Ruthie and I heard that we could join right there in Bethesda, Maryland. And so we went and got all the training. We had 80 hours of training, and we became Red Cross nurses' aides. We had darling uniforms. We were always starched from head to toe and polished our white shoes, and you know, it was a big thing back then. And so we got to work at volunteer at Suburban Hospital. It was a wonderful feeling that we were there to help, and the nurses were very kind to us and happy we were there, and we did that for at least a year. I of course got married and started moving around, so it was hard to stay with Red Cross back then. And then after having had all the children, we finally moved to Cheshire, Connecticut, and I went back with Red Cross and got a job as the assistant to the director at New Haven Red Cross, New Haven, Connecticut. And that was wonderful. And so that was another whole new adventure with Red Cross. The one thing about working for the director, you get involved in everything that's going on at the chapter, which was really fun. But I did volunteer during the Gulf Storm War, and we volunteered at Westfield Airfield. And we went out to help the troops when they got off the planes and waited for the next plane to go over, and that was very nice. When I moved to Uvalde, it was the most wonderful thing in the world because they were looking for a branch manager. And I'd really never managed anything but a bunch of kids, I guess. But I had no sooner stepped into that job when the 2002 flood hit, and that was more water than I'd ever seen in my life. People were coming into the shelter that had nothing but what they had, the wet clothes they had on their backs. And I had the judge coming to the shelter saying, "Where's Betty Fitzgerald?" I didn't know Judge Mitchell at that time, and I didn't know our emergency management people at that time. I had just started at the office, and I had to hop in their truck, and we had to go out to the emergency management and find out what was going on. It was so exciting, I can't tell you. And and that's how I got to know the judges in the other communities, you know, in the other counties. It was just go and visit the judges and talk to them and see what you can do to help and all that business. It was the most beautiful introduction to this whole area out here in West Texas. Coming from Massachusetts, it was really quite a wonderful adventure. But Uvalde really comes together when there's a problem, and everybody pitched in and helped, and it all worked out. I just love Red Cross, and I still do fires, cover fires, but that's about the extent of my adventure right now. When you go to a fire and you see people who've lost absolutely everything, and then after things quiet down where they go back and pray they can find some of the pictures. I mean, it's so wonderful to be there and be able to help them a little bit. It isn't much that we can do, but it's certainly better than nothing, and that's what they all are so fully grateful for. I can't think of anything more wonderful to volunteer for because we help so many people. And I think Red Cross is always there in the disasters and ready to help. It's just a wonderful organization. You make so many new friends with the volunteers and the communities where you go to. I think people just need to stay involved with us. It doesn't have to be a major disaster. I think we do enough work just locally. Just getting as much involved as you can take the time to do. And it will come back tenfold, 1,000-fold to you. I don't regret a minute of it. In fact, I wish I could have done more. I wish I could do more right now. I'm just very, very, very grateful for the years I've been in and out of adventures with Red Cross. I wouldn't trade it for anything.